I love seeing all these kids here because I feel like I'm going to get some people who are on the same page as me. How many people have heard the parenting advice, just wake up earlier? You want to work out, you want a different job, you want to do anything for yourself, just wake up earlier. I hear that all the time. I was recently asked by a student who was doing an interview about leadership to rank family, community, and work. I literally almost cried on the spot. That's every day. Like every day, those three things go through my mind, and I try to figure out, what am I going to focus on now? It's the crux of my daily struggle. For those of you who have kids, no matter what age they are, do you have to struggle with that every day? Are you like this turtle? Yeah. So we're all trying to pour from an empty cup, right? When they ask, how do you rank family, work, and community? What's missing from that equation? Self. Like literally, we don't even make the list of things that we should be considering. And it's like, okay, well, let me keep working. So modern parenting is just that. It's messy. We're removed from the structures that are supposed to be supporting families. Most families have 2 working parents these days. And even if they're not, there's still a million things fooling them. And we're all navigating a landscape of conflicting demands. We're pulled in a million directions. And we're constantly trying to figure out, how do we get our kids to competitive soccer? How do we volunteer on a board? How do we pay the bills? How do we clean the house? It's an ongoing struggle. And the structural support is not there. So this is me angry because how many people had to take their pay time off or their sick leave for maternity leave or for parental leave? Okay, and then what happens when your kid goes back to daycare? They get sick, and you have absolutely no leave left. So I'm here today, halfway through my talk, to talk about how we can find better ways to support parents and families in the world that we live in. And I have some really great examples of that. I think that you will be able to think through, how can I apply this in my work, in myself, and whether you're a parent or not, I think it's important to think about how to support families. So instead of clinging to old models, just wipe it all away, right? Like, let's just imagine that we have a clean slate and we can create anything we want to support families in our community. We can think about empathy, flexibility, and we can embrace bold changes. So in this new future, it's a combination of policies and business practices because you have to put it into place, right? Flexibility and empathy are key. And I'm going to talk about a few examples that I either personally created or I benefited from. So, and some of them are both and. So at Maryland Humanities, a statewide organization that I lead right now, we have up to 12 weeks of paid leave. That's actually family and medical leave. So you can use it for anything, but parents can use it. And we've also built in 4 weeks of gradual return, which means that you don't have to stop caring for your kid and immediately come back. This picture is me when I ran the Laurel Historical Society. My daughter came to work with me almost daily. She literally sat next to my desk, had a crib next to my desk. And it worked. It worked. I did my job and I did it well. And then this is not Centrado Cafe, but for those of you who know Centrado in Burtonsville, they have a children's corner. It's very simple. It's books. Viviana's here, who contributed it in the back. And I bring my kids there and they play hide and go seek and no one gives me a dirty look. So that's my #1 coffee shop. And this is a business that I've just started, the Village Center. We offer on-site childcare while you receive a wellness service like a massage, a facial. We also have done work from here for those parents who know that school is closed but work is not. So you can work here and have on-site childcare. And everything I've laid out is different. They're all different examples. The thing that pulls them together is they are flexible and responsive to the needs of the families in their space. So I think it's really time we rethink how we support families in the workplace. Leaders, if you truly want to be inclusive, that means families of all shapes and sizes. That means different needs. That means adjusting to the people who you are working with and who are working for you. And I also want to say, parents, advocate for yourselves. So 2 of those examples I shared, I was the executive director and had to write the parental leave policy, and then I had to use it. I know not everyone has that ability, but I am thankful every time one of my staff people raises something to my attention that I'm not aware of yet. So let's stop telling parents to just wake up earlier. Let's provide actual structural support, policies, procedures, leave #1. And together we can build workplaces that actually work for families. And if you're not a Ted Lasso fan, you should be. Believe it, and it will come.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Lindsay. I knew she would be great. Oh my goodness. All right,